What's up, y'all? It's your boy AJ, and I am back with another Into the ChannelVerse video where I sit down with content creators, film content creators, and just talk to them about their channel, their interests, their likes, just get to know more about them. This is episode 4. I am excited for our special guest today, and we will introduce her in a second. I'm ready to get into this, so let's go. Miss Jess, what is going on?
Good
Thank you for
morning.
stopping by the channel.
You're
What's going
welcome.
on with you?
Oh, not much. Just, getting excited for Halloween season.
Yes, it is upon us. It really
Yes.
is. And that is some of the. I know that you are a huge horror fan, so we
Mm-hmm.
have some questions here about horror and things like that. And
Okay.
that's just gonna bring us right into our icebreaker question.
Alrighty. I'm ready.
If you were a final girl, who would you go up against? And I have a
Ooh.
list here. I have
Okay. I like this
four.
question.
Yeah, I have four, and let's bring it in. We got Michael Myers. We got
Mm-hmm.
Freddy Krueger. We got Sam from Trick or Treat,
Mm-hmm.
and Chucky. Who would you go up
Ooh.
against?
I have a twist for you. So
Okay.
I'm gonna go like in an order. I would go Freddy. I'd go Freddy first, and
Okay.
then Sam second,
Okay.
um, Michael third, and Chucky last.
Okay.
So I go in that
Um,
order. So Freddy would be first.
okay. Freddy. Why would you want to go up against Freddy? You're
Because he's such a goofball. You can't take him seriously. I
That's
mean,
true.
he's so like what's that word? Campy? So
Yes,
it's like it yeah.
definitely.
Mhm.
That's the perfect word for him. I
Mhm.
growing up, I would see like Freddy Krueger on like commercials and stuff like that, promos and Nightmare on Elm Street,
Mhm.
trailers and stuff like that, and I was completely and utterly terrified.
Mhm.
So I never really, got into the Nightmare on Elm Street movies until like I got older, and I was just
Mhm.
like, I'm not watching those movies until I was just like, let me just face my fears. Let me watch Freddy Krueger and the Nightmare on Elm Street films, and they're
Mhm.
actually pretty good. There are some that are not as good as others,
Yeah.
obviously, but yeah, like it's a pretty good franchise, and I you would go against Freddy first. Okay,
Mhm.
okay, very
Yes.
interesting choice. And then next you said Sam from Trick or
Yes,
Treat.
Sam would be second. Yes.
Okay. Then Michael, and then
And then
Chucky.
Chucky
Are
last.
you
Yes.
not a big Child's Play fan or
No, I like Chucky. I got a
Mhm.
doll, but
Yeah.
I would just pick him last because he might get annoying after a while, and I just feel like, ugh, I get so frustrated.
Yes.
He doesn't say anything.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. It looked like you dropped out for a second, but that's okay. You came
Okay.
back.
Okay.
Um so yeah, okay, Freddy Krueger's your number one pick. I get that. That's awesome. So let's move into our next questions. So oh no. There
Did I
we
drop
go.
out again? Okay.
There we go. No, no, no. I accidentally dropped you out. I meant to take out the image and took you
It
out
took me out.
instead. I'm sorry about that. So, moving on to the next question. You recently were a winner of the 4K B-Ray physical media battle,
Yes.
and I wanted to know, how did you get into collecting? What inspired you?
Well, technically, when I was little,
Mhm,
my parents did it, like, collected, but it's all tapes and then just, VHS from there. And then as, formats changed, like then it was like, as I got older, it was just, my mom, like every Tuesday, we'd go get a movie and then we'd like watch it and then, after dinner. And then
mhm,
like it just like sort of like, plucked out from there, just,
yeah.
became my own thing. And then I started my own little movie collection when I started working. So
Mhm,
I'd be like, "Oh, I want this movie," because my mom's like, "I don't like that movie." So it was mostly like 80s and 90s campy, like, staples and a lot of horror. So
Mhm, mhm.
so
Yeah,
that's
so
where my collection began, or how I started collecting.
nice. So do you have a lot of, like, memorabilia from your childhood still? Or did
Um,
you get, like, pretty much everything new?
I got pretty much everything new.
Okay,
Mhm.
got you. I have a few, like, VHSs from my childhood, but, like, most of them I've acquired when I got older, and I feel like VHSs are not as appreciated as they should be, so that's
I
awesome
totally
that you
agree.
collect that. Yeah, that's awesome that you collect,
I still have
VHSs
all
as
those,
well.
like, old school VHS tapes at my mom's, they're just not here. Like,
Okay,
she has
got
them all, so they're still around, I just don't have them.
yeah, got you. Completely understand. All right, so moving on to question number 2. What is your favorite item in your collection? And that can be physical media, or it could be like memorabilia, it could be, a figurine, things like that. What is your favorite item in your
Well, if
collection?
I can step aside really quick and show you, because
Oh yeah.
they're mostly all on the shelf. So my Ghostface plushie is one of my favorites.
Okay.
One of the variants for the Screen VHS, because I'm trying to collect all of those.
Okay. Can we see that a
Uh,
little closer?
yeah, I'll bring it up close. So
Okay.
we have this one. I just acquired Courtney Cox, so I need Nev Campbell to
Mhm.
complete all three.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
then
I like that a lot. That's awesome.
and then we got my custom Screen VHS with Billy in the middle.
Ooh.
So there's no
That's
tape in
awesome.
there. So
Did you
it was
make
done.
that, or did
No, it's a
you had
local
some?
artist.
Okay.
I had to make that. So, I just
That's
told him what picture I wanted in the center and he put it. So,
That's dope. Is
so I
it,
have,
like, hand drawn
yeah, hand painted, hand drawn.
and painted? Oh, wow. That's
Mhm.
awesome. I love that.
So we have that. Um I got my signed copy of Demon Knight by Billy Zane.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah, I found this tape at a Goodwill. It was like it's even missing like a corner. And
Mhm,
then I found out he was coming to a Comic-Con and I'm like, I want to go.
mhm.
So out of all the things I wanted him to sign this, he was like, this is my favorite, especially because it's on VHS.
Yeah, I feel like, celebrities and people that, sign different, memorabilia, they
Hmm.
love to see, like, the things that they don't always sign, like, things that
Exactly.
are, kinda rare. So
Hmm.
they're like, "Oh, where'd you acquire this? Where'd you
Yeah,
get this?"
it just like lights up their face and they're like, oh
Yes,
my gosh.
exactly. They're like,
Uh-huh.
"Nobody asked me about this."
Hmm.
But
And then like I
I
don't
love
want him to fall, but I got my Eric Draven, little figurine here. Like his
Mhm.
guitar already broke, so I don't want to move him. And then I'm trying to finish completing the street. Sorry.
It's okay.
Speaking of Nightmare on Elm Street, the VHS box set, I'm missing his head. So I'm only missing
Which film is that?
4 and New Nightmare. Those are the only two I'm missing to complete the set.
Okay.
But yeah. So I'm almost there. It comes in a box set, but I've been finding them individually.
Mhm.
But those would be like my favorites in my collection, which is why they're
Nice.
like on display here.
Yeah, you have them right there to show
Mhm.
off, and when you have, like, company over or whatever, you're like, here's my,
Here's the shelf.
there's
Yeah,
the shelf.
the shelf.
I
Yeah,
love
I do
that.
get a lot of questions like, "I want to see your room." Whenever companies here, like, "I want to see your room. I want to see your room."
Mhm,
So, mhm.
mhm. Have you ever thought about doing, like, a room tour or anything like that on your channel?
I have a room tour on my channel.
Okay, okay,
Yes.
awesome, awesome. Yeah, I definitely have to check that out because, it looks like you have some awesome stuff back there.
Mhm. I try.
Um, so, moving on to number 3.
Okay.
What or who inspired you to become a content creator?
Actually, I would have to say the community as a whole, because they were like,
Mhm,
"You should do a channel. You should do a channel." And actually, really started when I did the movie battles with 4K D-Ray. Everybody's like, "Does
mhm,
Jess have a channel? Does Jess have a channel?" It was
mhm,
sort of like a a lovingly peer pressure moment for
mm,
me, I guess,
okay,
because I was on there like quite frequently, and everybody's like, "When's Jess gonna start a channel? When's Jess gonna start a channel?" So it was like,
mhm.
okay, I caved and I started a channel.
So you didn't have a channel before the physical media battles, so you were on just, like, Instagram, or
Hmm. That's
okay,
correct. Hmm.
okay, and then you started making, content, and,
Hmm.
that's awesome. That's really cool because, like the fact that the community like kind of embraced you like that, that's dope. I love that.
Yeah. I thought it was, it was very sweet and endearing. So I'm like, I'm gonna give it a try. And if I'm not
Hmm.
comfortable or I don't like it, or, I'm just like, it's not for me, not my style, then, I can always just pull back.
Yeah,
But that's how I
definitely,
got started. Hmm.
definitely. um I get that. And like I said, that's dope how you started on the physical media battles, and now you're doing your own thing.
Hmm.
And that's dope. If you are not subscribed to Miss Jess, the link is in the description. Go
Thank you.
subscribe.
Thank you.
Yes. All right, next question. uh what are your favorite places to shop for physical media and collectibles?
Okay. For physical media, like Savers is my go-to, my super duper
Savers,
go-to.
okay.
Yeah, because you can still buy VHS there. Like where I live, that's like mostly the only place you can buy VHS.
Hmm.
Because Goodwill just, it has some, but not nearly as abundant.
Hmm.
So definitely my number one would be Savers. Second would be Goodwill. And then just like other little mom and pop thrift stores. And of course, you got your big box places when you want like something on new release day. But for the most part, thrift I thrift all my physical media secondhand. And if I
Okay.
can't find it and I really want it, then I go to eBay.
Go to eBay. Yeah, I
Yeah.
eBay has pretty much everything.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the folks on there like amp up the prices a little bit too high, but you kind of learn how to finagle your way through, and
Exactly.
so
And just
um
wait, like, if you really want it, like, I know it always happens, the second you buy something off of eBay and you're like, "Oh, it's a little pricey, but I'll buy it." Like, the second you buy it, there's something that pops up and it's, like, $10 cheaper, and you're like, "Ah."
right, exactly. It's like, and that's how it is when you go into the store. For me, anyway, sometimes it's like I'll go in and see a movie. I'm like, I might get this next time. And then I come back and the price has either gone up or that item is gone.
Mhm,
So it's just like, I should have just pulled the trigger. I should have
mhm.
just done it, you know?
Yeah. If I go to,
But
like, Best Buy or Target, I try to price match on Amazon, even if it's, like, a dollar or 2, but
yeah,
still.
yeah, that adds up. It
Mhm,
does. It definitely adds up. And I just honestly learned about price matching at Best Buy like a year ago. So
mhm,
like before that, I was just going and buying, everything at full price, and I wasn't being smart about that. So I'm
uh,
glad I kind of like wisened up and started price matching some things with my collection and things that I went out and bought. But yeah, this is the final question. But if you had, well, is it the final question? Yeah, it is. Wait, no, I have something else, didn't I? It must have
I thought
gotten
you had
erased.
one more.
Yeah, I did, but I had, I guess it got erased or something like that. But
Okay.
we'll get it in there. So if you could have anyone play you in a movie, who would you choose?
Who would I choose? Oh,
Yes.
that's a tough one, and I've been thinking about this too, because like, you gave me
Mhm.
the questions, and I'm like,
Yeah,
"Who would I choose?"
yeah.
Have you ever seen that show Yellowstone?
I have. I've seen it.
Okay,
Hmm.
the wife's name, I just started watching it, so I'm not familiar with their names.
I know who you're talking about. Let me see if I can look it up. I know exactly who you're
It's the
talking about.
son's wife,
Yes. I
okay,
know. Yes, I'm familiar. And I think who you're talking about is in another show that I watched. Let me see. Yellowstone. And you're talking about
I can't even remember the
is it
character's name.
Is it
Monica.
Monica? Yeah.
Yes, Monica from Yellowstone.
Okay, yes, and that actress was actually in a show that I
Mhm.
watched called One Tree Hill, and she's
Okay.
in that. So, yeah, that I could definitely see that. I can definitely see that. What would the movie be about? I know I didn't ask this, but what would the movie be
What would the
about?
movie
Like
be
your
about?
life, or would you want it to be like a genre film,
Let's
like a noir?
do a genre film.
Okay, okay,
Like,
like
you know, I don't know,
y-
let's go
y-
with, like, thrifting, and then all of a sudden it turns into, like, this horror movie,
oh,
you know?
okay,
So, because I like
okay,
horror and, I like thrifting, so I would have to think about the plot a little bit more, but that would
Yeah,
be, the basis of it.
in being chased by Freddy Krueger. Okay.
Being chased by something, killer VHS tapes or something instead of killer
Oh,
tomatoes. There
okay.
you go.
Okay,
They all
there you
come to
go.
life.
Exclusively on Sci-Fi.
Exactly. Exclusively on Sci-Fi.
Wouldn't have it any other way. So moving on to the next question, the last question.
Mhm.
What are some of your favorite non-horror films?
Okay, so I pulled a lot of them off the shelf, so I can just like not name them off. But
Okay.
um, I'm always pulling this one, Valley Girl.
Mhm.
This is one of my favorite non-horror ones.
Mhm.
Um, a more
Well,
recent new,
real quick, what's
yeah.
Valley Girl about? I don't think I've ever heard of
You've
that.
never seen Valley Girl?
No, I've never seen it. I don't think I've heard of it.
It's sort of like a, it's got Nicolas Cage.
Mhm.
It's his first like feature film.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
basically you got this like, popular valley girl, and then like he's like from the other side of the tracks, and they meet and they like each other. And then like the film is them just, like going back and forth. And it's like that's basically it. It's just such a fun 80s, like, teen rom-com. I don't know. That's the best
Okay.
way I would
I'll tell
describe it.
you what, I love that slip. That slip is
Yeah.
awesome. That's Shout
Yeah.
Select, right?
Yeah, Shout Select,
Yeah.
Valley Girl.
Oh, okay, and
It's
it
got a
has
great,
alternative artwork too.
yeah.
Okay.
But yeah,
Sweet.
more like, it got sorry,
Shape of
Shape
Water.
of Water,
That's a
um,
really nice slip too.
Edward Scissorhands. I really like this
Okay.
slip too. Super simple. Um, Pretty in Pink. Love this one.
Ooh, yeah, that's a nice slip. You got some really nice slip covers.
Yeah, this is the Paramount Presents one
Yeah.
with the
Okay.
opens, that kind.
Wow. That
This one doesn't have a
colorful
slip,
poster.
but we got, I love this movie, Pride and
That's
Prejudice.
that's one of my favorite. That's one of my
Oh,
favorite
okay.
romance films
I
of
love
all
this
time.
movie.
Yeah, that's my wife's
Um,
all-time favorite.
Ever After. I love this one.
Now, did that come with the yellow case?
It did not come with a
Okay,
yellow case.
okay,
I bought like 6 yellow cases from Dollar Tree,
okay,
and then I just replaced certain ones that I thought fit a yellow case, and this was
okay.
one of them. I was like, "Ooh, this looks good in a yellow case."
If you have the Simpsons movie, did you do that one?
I don't own the Simpsons
Oh,
movie,
okay,
but,
okay, yeah,
no,
so that's the one that I have that's yellow.
that's yellow. I have
Mhm,
Jawbreaker in a pink case.
nice.
I have that
Jawbreaker,
one.
sweet.
We
Love the
got
colors on that.
and then I'm gonna show, I got Sabrina with Audrey Hepburn. I love this movie.
Mhm.
And then, oh, this is such a good movie,
Hardball.
Hardball.
Mhm. I have yet to see that one.
Oh my
Keanu
gosh,
Reeves.
yeah, put this on ASAP, and
I'm
get yourself a
I'm
box
gonna
of
add it to
tissue.
my list for sure.
And a box of tissue, you'll need that. Just going, I'm all over the place. They got Sleeping Beauty, Steelbook,
Such a nice still.
um, The Wizard of Oz on Steelbook.
I love that still book. I want it. I need that
Um,
still book.
and then we got the more recent. I just picked these up. Twilight, with the
Is
cool.
that like a Walmart
Yeah, it's a Walmart
slip?
one from the
Yeah,
from the from the bins. And then last but definitely not least, a VHS of Wayne's World.
Wayne's I recently watched Wayne's
Oh,
World for the
really?
first time.
For the
Yes,
first time,
for
really? Oh
the
my gosh,
very
I've
first
seen this like
time.
so many times. I could, repeat the whole movie, this one and part two.
Nice. I have yet to watch part 2. I need to watch
Oh
it.
my gosh. Yeah, they're so cheesy, but I still laugh to this day, even after seeing them so many times. Like,
Mhm.
Wayne's World. I love it. It just makes me, just
Party
warms my
time.
heart and
Excellent.
fuzzy. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I enjoy it, and I wanna find the 4K for it. But
Hmm.
some like, it went on sale at Best Buy, like, a few weeks ago, and it was, like, $10. I'm like, "Yo," and then I
That's a
looked.
good deal.
Yeah, it is, and then I looked, and it was sold out. And, like, maybe a week later, it came back in stock, but it's, like, $18 now. So, see,
Uh,
that's one of those instances where it's like,
mm-hmm.
pull the trigger,
Should have just pulled the
just
trigger.
do it.
Yeah, because I saw that on somebody's story on Instagram where like they're showing the different 4Ks that were on sale. Yeah, that was one of
Mhm.
them.
Yep, yep. And so yeah, that was the final question.
Okay.
And I had a great time. Thank you for stopping by the
Oh,
channel
you're
to
welcome.
talk. And I really like your shirt. I didn't notice it
Oh,
until
oh,
now. The
Ghostface.
ghost face shirt.
Hmm.
You're just a ghost face fanatic.
It's my favorite. Like, when I first saw it when I was like a 17, I was
Hmm.
just like, I love this movie, and I've loved it ever since.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
So how do you feel about the other installments, even the more recent ones?
I think they're okay, but they're
Mhm.
not my favorite.
Okay.
They're
Okay.
okay. I just think
Okay.
they're just sort of dragging that along. That's my opinion. They're not
Mm,
horrible,
mhm.
but I mean,
So real
what can you
quick,
do?
if you had to do anything with the next installment with part 7, what would you do?
I would bring back Stew because that's the whole fan theory right now that they're going to bring
Mhm.
back Stew. So that's my thing. It's the
Bring back
perfect
Stu.
ending to like this trilogy. Bring back Stew, end it that way with one of the original Ghostface, and just steal it with a kiss, and close the franchise. That's my opinion.
Just stop it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
get that. I get that totally. I know some folks want Sydney to, um,
Come back.
just that to be the end for Sydney,
Mm-hmm.
or Gail, or they feel like Gail should have died in the last
And the
movie,
last one.
which I agree that she should have, she shouldn't have survived what she survived in
Exactly.
part 6. I don't want to give too much away, for folks who haven't seen it,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, like I don't know. I feel like there are some people that are, um they are overstaying their welcome in the franchise. So
Yeah, she should have either had her demise in the last one or the one before, not Dewey.
so you're a Dewey stan? You love Dewey?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I feel like in part 3 they were really trying to, like, I don't know what they were trying to do with Dewey. Like, he should have been kaput in
Kaput
part
in part
3.
3.
Not
Oh,
not
no.
like not like I wanted it to happen, but
Mhm.
there was so much that happened to him to where I'm like, really? He survived
Can
that? Really?
he survived a lot.
He did. He did. And but yeah, I don't know. I really enjoy the Scream franchise, and I didn't really love it when I first watched it, but over time I, really have grown to appreciate it. So,
I think
yeah,
that's how
it's a
most
good
people
franchise.
are. If you didn't, like, watch it, like, when it first came out and you watch it later on in life, it has a
Yeah.
different, connection with you, I guess. Because like
Yeah,
me, I watched it as a teenager.
that's how I am with a lot of movies. I didn't get into, a lot of really popular movies until I was older. So like I
Mhm.
have that experience with a lot of franchises like Harry Potter. Like I didn't get into Harry Potter until, I was like graduated, and I didn't get into, like pretty much any horror,
Mhm.
franchises until I got older. So, everybody's like, "Ah, you should have watched it when you were younger. You would have more of appreciation for it." And like I feel like in some ways that is true.
Yes.
Because sometimes I'll watch something, I'm like, "Really? Like this is what everybody's, going crazy over?" But other times I'm like, "Yeah, this is awesome." So, I don't know. It just depends on the franchise. It depends on, my mood while
Yeah.
watching it. So
If I
so
watch
yeah.
something later on that, I should have watched when I was younger or I was expected to watch when I was younger, I try to just, pull out everybody's thoughts and like their opinions on what it should be. And then
Hmm.
just, you just like, go into it blind. Like I've never heard of it. I've never seen it. Like
Hmm.
nobody's talked about it. Like this is brand new. I try to do that so that way it's not like influenced when I watch it.
That's a good way to do it. That's a good way to go into different films, like really popular films, because if you let so many, people's thoughts influence your, experience, it's more likely that you won't enjoy it. So that's
Hmm.
one thing I need to work on.
Yeah.
Definitely not
Like
letting other
for the first
people's
time, I
opinions.
recently watched Goodwill Hunting and a lot of people
Hmm.
watched it in the 90s.
Hmm.
And I was like, it's a good movie, but I was just like, I didn't understand why everybody loved it so much.
Hmm.
But,
Little overhyped to you.
yeah, it was a hyped movie to me. But I
Hmm.
understand, but I could understand other people's appreciation for it. So I get it.
Hmm. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way with that movie. Um, I enjoy Dead Poet Society, but I've kind of felt that way about that movie too. And I
Hmm.
don't know why I put those together. Like, I mean, I guess both Robin Williams, but I
Yeah.
it's kind of has like a similar feel, similar vibe to it.
Okay. I haven't
Um,
seen Dead Poet Society.
oh, okay, okay, yeah. So if you watch it,
Mhm.
you may like love it, but you also may be like, it might be a little overhyped.
Yep.
I don't know. But yeah, we're gonna get out of here.
Okay.
It's been a blast talking to
Yes.
Miss Jess.
Mm.
Thank you so much again for coming
Thank you
to
for
the
having me.
channel. Oh yeah, for sure. And hopefully we could collab in the future, with
Mhm.
different video.
Oh, that sounds
But
great.
if you are interested in checking out what Miss Jess has to offer on her in her on her page, or on her Instagram, her links will be down in the description. My links are down in the description as well. And thank you for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time.